The scientist, a member of the Seven who is lost in the Chrome, left a tragic message for us. So as you know, the scientist is a member of the Seven who saved us from the last reality back in Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 8's live event and helped us in the final battle against the Imagined Order in Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 2 Resistance and the Fortnite Marvel Zero War comic series. He even found the Paradigm's signal from her mech on the Ice King's Ice Moon, and he believes that the Paradigm is not a traitor alongside with the Imagined. And it turns out the scientist has a crush on the Paradigm. Flash forward to Chapter 3 Season 3 Vibing, and the scientist wants us to destroy old Imagined Order outposts while he was working on something. And after destroying all old Imagined Order outposts, he introduced us to his brilliant creation, the Artificial Intelligent Machine Engine, also known as Amy, who developed a very unhealthy obsession with the scientist. So the scientist wants us to even study on the 0 point because it was acting pretty off lately. And when the Chrome arrived on the Chapter 3 island, the scientist wants us to collect a sample of the Chrome and deliver it to him. And after delivering the Chrome to the scientist, he then begins to study on it. Flash forward to Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 4 Paradise, and while the scientist was studying the Chrome, the Origin was getting pretty frustrated, asking the scientist if he found something because most of the Chapter 3 island was being consumed by the Chrome. And while the scientist was studying more on the Chrome, he never expected this high level of cytokinesis. And unfortunately, the scientist, the Origin, and the Visitor were then taken by the Chrome by the Herald, who then begins to spread the Chrome onto the Chapter 3 island. And since then, we have not seen the scientist. Flash forward to Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 1 Oathbound, and we then get some very disturbing dialogue from Amy's fragments that told us something was very, very bad going on with the scientist. According to an Amy fragment that Amy sent through a rift gate to find the scientist in the last reality, the Amy fragment said that the scientist is being sculpted into the darkest ways imaginable, which we thought that the scientist, the Origin, and the Visitor were being corrupted by the last reality, by the Chrome. But it turns out it is untrue. Flash forward now to Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 2 Showdown, and we had to decrypt a message from the scientist on a holotable. After decrypting the message, Amy was hesitant to say about his status, saying that he is lost to the Chrome. And the scientist's message reads that he blames himself for an unknown outcome, that whatever happens to him, he deserves it, and he apologizes for what's going to happen. And he was about to say something, but he was cut off. And Amy said that she apologized for not finding him in time, but she will make him proud. So this confirms two things. This first confirms that the Amy that we heard back in Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 1 Pacific Break and Breakpoint is actually our Amy, who we haven't seen since after Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 1 Oathbound. And the second thing that was confirmed is that, like the Origin, the scientist is still alive, but he's just lost in the Chrome. And we don't know what was going on with him from the last reality because of the Chrome. But we do know that the scientist is actually alive. But after hearing his final message, it's actually pretty tragic. The scientist blames himself for the outcome. And if you don't know what the outcome was, it is revealed that his message might be directly connected to Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 3 Vibing and Chapter 3 Season 4 Paradise. He blames himself for not only what's going on with the 0 point, but even about the Chrome. Which is very sad to hear from the scientist, that he blames himself for what's going on with the 0 point, blames himself for the outcome by the Chrome, by the Herald. And the question is, should we actually blame the scientists for the outcome for the fall of the Seven? Well, the answer is, well, no. We shouldn't blame the scientists for what's going on, for what happened back in Chapter 3, Season 3, and Chapter 3, Season 4. Because he didn't know what was going on with the 0 point, because, again, it was acting pretty weird back in Chapter 3, Season 3 vibing. And he didn't know the outcome from the crumb would lead to the Herald using the reality tree to destroy the entire Chapter 3 island, leaving the 0 point to be exposed to its enemies. So we shouldn't blame the scientists for this outcome because, again, he didn't know what was going on because back in Chapter 3, Season 3 vibing, the crumb just came out of nowhere, and the scientist was working on a solution to stop the crumb from spreading. And he didn't know what was going to happen next. So we shouldn't blame the scientist for this outcome because he shouldn't blame himself for this outcome because we know that he was trying his best. We know that he was looking for a solution. So he shouldn't blame himself for this outcome. And we shouldn't blame him for it because, again, the crumb just came out of nowhere. So yeah, we shouldn't blame the scientists. After hearing Amy said that she will make him proud, really is very tragic and emotional. But Amy did say that she will continue on for him, making sure that she will make him proud. That whatever happens to the scientist, he shouldn't blame himself for the outcome. He shouldn't blame himself for what happened back in Fortnite Chapter 3, Season 3 vibing, and Chapter 3, Season 4 Paradise. So yeah, that was it. That was what was going on in Fortnite Chapter 7, Season 2 Showdown. With the reveal of the scientist being alive but lost to the Chrome, and blaming himself for the outcome for what happened in Chapter 3, Season 3 vibing, and Chapter 3, Season 4 Paradise, we shouldn't blame the scientist for what happened in the outcome of Chapter 3, Season 3 vibing, and Chapter 3, Season 4 Paradise. And also knowing that the Amy that we heard back in Chapter 7, Season 1 Pacific Break and Breakpoint is indeed our Amy, who we haven't seen since after Chapter 4, Season 1 Oathbound, is pretty exciting to hear. So with that said, thank you all so much for watching this video. Comment down below what your favorite things to do in Fortnite creativity, buying players, Fortnite Ballistic, Fortnite Reload, the arrival of Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 8 OG, and Fortnite Save the World, and Fortnite Reload's new map, the Elite's Stronghold. Comment down below what your favorite moments in Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 2 Showdown, Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 8 OG, Fortnite Save the World, and Fortnite Reload's new map, the Elite's Stronghold. Comment down below what Fortnite series you want me to discuss and debunk, and I'll gladly make videos about them. Subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss any videos from me, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye!